all said I would never make it, but I only see my goals. I don't believe in failure.
Hello everyone and welcome to Furniture_Makeover with another makeover. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see this nightstand, how it went literally all over. It just got viral probably because of the little reel I put at the very beginning of the video. But in this video, I'm going to show you how I got it, what did I do to make it over, all of the journey I went through from failing and succeeding until I ended up making it over in one day, by the way, and was sold the next day. So it was literally quick profit. This is exactly what it looked like when I got it. The paint originally was just peeling everywhere. I was able to remove most of the paint with a damp towel. As for the layers of the wood, whether it's from underneath the top or over it, everything was just peeling, like peeling. Here's a shot of me actually peeling some of the wood. Before I started using any kind of tools, I just wanted to remove the top layer, which was peeling badly. I used this little spatula, which is usually used to apply wood filler or wall compound. Instead, I used that with a heat gun and I chiseled the top. When I saw that working well, I went ahead and actually chiseled everything off. I did damage it here and there, but it was already having a lot of dents on the top and I knew I was gonna fill it. I used an orbital sander to sand off the top and then finally got wood filler and filled it, of course, right after I wiped it down with the damp towel. And that was working really well. I left it to dry just so that I can sand it later and apply paint, or originally I was thinking to use whitewash. Here are a few footage showing what the nightstand still looked like. I only tried to recover the top because it looked like what would take the most work, but I still needed to clean it and start working on the sides. I have not even removed the handle, so I had to start somewhere and I started with the top. So I started cleaning it. I removed the handle and started sanding everything with the orbital sander. I used the orbital sander to sand all of the flat surfaces just so that later I can sand the smaller areas by hand rather than do everything by hand. It's just gonna save a lot of time and give me better results. I also kept rolling the nightstand left and right just so that I can sand it better on the ground, and that caused it to be out of the footage multiple times, so I apologize for that. This is what it looked like after sanding everything with the orbital sander. As you can tell, there are still areas that needed detail sanding, such as the drawer and all these corners and edges of the top and the sides. So I did what any reasonable person would do. I grabbed the sanding paper and started sanding everything by hand. And by everything, I mean literally every little crack on this nightstand. And it was really not that bad until a little bit later, where my fingers felt like they were falling off, and I really think I lost the fingerprint of my fingers. But if you ask me, I would say it was totally worth it. I left the dresser to dry in the sun after wiping it with a damp towel and started preparing a 50-50 mix between water and paint. I grabbed a disposable cup and a brush that I really didn't care about because it was not gonna leave any kind of brush stroke. It was just gonna apply a colored water, if you say, on the dresser, and it will just be absorbed in the color I want. Obviously I chose white, and this color is just a leftover from a paint that I had, so I just put it in this container to store it. It's kind of lumpy, and again, I did not care because I was only gonna mix it with water really well and just apply it for color, then wipe it down with a towel, and the dresser should be just white. These are the areas that I filled with the wood filler, but it doesn't matter because we're going with the same color. I continued trying a few times just so I can see how the wood would absorb the paint, but every time I try, it was absorbing different layers, whether it's the front or the back. I don't know if I needed to condition the piece first, but I just decided to give up, give it a quick sanding, and start painting instead. And I just had to say that none of that was possible without the help of my dog, who was literally everywhere, in front of the shots, dropping the camera, in front of everything, pushing everything. I mean, I'm grateful. So now that it's fully dry, it's time for us to do the final touches and to stage it and post it for sale. I cleaned the handle and spray painted with metallic spray paint just so that I can give it a really fun look, and added it back as soon as it dried. With texture, this is pretty boring, so what I used is metallic paint spray paint, and one of these brushes. I just sprayed the paint on a brush and started dapping it like so. So let's do that again. It's gonna have nice texture in my opinion. I like it this way. I discovered this technique on accident and fell in love with it, and so now I do it more often. I like how I did this lightly. You can see it's not 100% gold. It's just, it's fun. I love it. And I already painted the sides, so now there's an even color. This is the most satisfying part when you're doing the final touches, adding the knobs back, staging the place. Okay, let me finish that. It's really hard to do everything in one hand. And this is the result. I am in love with how it turned out. I cannot believe it was the same piece. I picked it up for free with my electric car because my truck was not working, so I used absolutely no gas. I worked on it with 1 day. I wasted no material because I already had the material that was literally not going to be used on any other project. Sold it the same day for $80. Now, what do you think about this transformation? Now that you saw me using 1 day to transform this nightstand using absolutely no waste, I used the paint that I was not gonna use, and it was just a small portion of paint, which you can do with a sample size paint from Home Depot. I believe they're between $2.50 to $5. I used the sanding paper and I sanded by hand, so you really did not need the machine at the end. And you need a roller and a brush. So under $25, you can make over this entire nightstand. You can do two if you want for exactly the same price. Pick it up from Facebook Market or OfferUp and create yourself a piece that not everybody has. Choose a unique color that will fit your taste and just enjoy and have fun. You'll save your money and you'll have a unique piece to be grateful for. You'll save the environment because this piece would have totally been to the landfill. That's how I look at it. Follow me at furniture_makeover for more transformations like this. Also follow me at Instagram so that you can see me on stories every day.